Check, 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 check one, check two. Are we rolling? Are we are we rolling? It's late, right? It's late. Most of the most of the town is most of the town is dreaming and scheming. I like that room up there. There's a room that's lit up with a red light. Looks really warmly on fire. Kind of looks like a gamer's room. Oh yeah. Why not? Why not? Why not play around? Play around with the lights and the colors. Oh, it's late. It's cloudy. I can see the moon up there somewhere through the clouds. No wind in this part of the town. Very, very, very light ripples on the harbour surface. Boats not even moving. Welcome to Walks with Wolfie. These are the stream of consciousness talks where I communicate with the so-called alter ego. The other side. No, not really, but some people will think that. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how much you tell someone something is not what it is. They believe it is, you know. If you're holding an apple and someone believes it's an orange, it will always be an orange to them, even if it's an apple. Nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. I like the design of this harbour walkway, the way that the walkway rises and falls with the tide naturally. Of course, it needs to as the tide goes in and out. But I just love the design. All neat, tidy, and organised. Apologies if there's a shoom shoom on the mic. It's the beard. I still haven't shaved. Not much reason to at the moment. Oh look, there's a break in the clouds up there. And a star popping out on the other side, letting us know that there's life out there somewhere. So I mixed things up the last few days, tried a few different activities, rescheduled things at different times, just to see how it all worked out in my mind. I've come to the conclusion that I had it all right before. I had it sorted before I mixed it up. Now I got to go back to the way I had it. It's got to go back to the way it was. The way it was. Look at all those crabbing nets over there. Never noticed those before. And the gently lapping waters. Apparently there was a great Northern Lights show last night. Seems to happen on the in-between evenings when I'm not rambling and ranting. That's when it seems to happen. It seems to know. The Northern Lights seem to know when I'm not going out. There should be at least a decent application that you can stick in your phone that would alert you when there's going to be the Northern Lights, so that you can throw on a coat and some warm clothes and pop out and have a look. Apparently the sky was green in the north, just like in those films. You almost expect to see flying reindeer, you know. I wanted to meditate on the idea of how much of yourself to put into something, how much of yourself to put into an activity, how much of yourself to give, when to give all. Some do give all and more. When to give all and more. And when to hold back. Because for sure there's a time when you wanna wait, like in the Braveheart film, if you've seen that, where the army have got these like trees shaped into spikes, hidden. I can't remember exactly. They're hidden in the grass or something like that, and they're gonna raise them up out of the grass and spike the soldiers charging in and the horses and everything, and I think it's the Wallace character is saying, "Wait, wait," until the right moment, and then at the right moment, you want to strike like a snake, like a snake. I'm gonna just take a little turn down towards the harbour wall. See if I can see any lights, and shapes, and colours out there. You know, since the storms of the last couple of weeks, have passed, it's incredibly obvious the days are getting lighter. Wasn't sure for a while because it was just dark all the time. But up onto the wall, looking out across the sea. Yeah, this is the place where the cars come down to smoke and toke and choke. Yep. It's the secret spot. A couple of cars pulled up behind me. Yeah, glistening stars in the distance. No greenery in the sky though. That's the way it goes. Some you win, some you lose. Some you don't even get to choose. So it's clear though. When you're not, it's clear. I can see the glistening lights of the other coastal towns miles away. I can see for miles. Oh yeah. So yeah, how much of yourself to give? And yeah, as a quick thought popped into my head there. There are those who pretend when they give. There are those who pretend to be giving all and they're not. And there are those who give, that say they're giving all, and I don't even know. I don't even know how to describe. I don't even know how to describe what it is that people do. It's just, there was a word I used earlier. Disingenuous, I think that's the word. Where people are just not, they're not genuine, they're not real. They're not themselves. It's odd. Somebody said to me today, "You've been really cool about everything that's going on, you know. There's a lot of SHIT hitting the FAN, and you're not freaking out about it." No, I'm not freaking out about it because that's not going to help anyone at all. When everyone else is freaking out, one more person freaking out doesn't help. Unless it's a party or something like that. But there's not a party. There's not a party going on around here. Oh no. So there's a disingenuousness going on. There's people being, oh, it's not wonderful, it's fantastic, oh, it's just absolutely, it's just tip top, oh, it's just, and it's not. It's not. It's not even remotely real, and you have to be completely disconnected from the world to think you can get away with it. Get away with it. Ah, dear. Oh well. How much of yourself to put into something for real, for real? You might as well give all. You might just as well give everything you can. I have suffered so much pain in my life. I'm not the only one. I'm just everyone. Suffering is unavoidable. Yep. That's the truth. I have suffered so much pain in my life that I am extremely happy to throw myself entirely. Look at that play area. That's nice. Somebody has set out a special part of their front garden as a play area for kids. It's lovely. What was I saying? Something about pain, probably. Yeah, I've suffered so much pain that I've always thought that you might as well bleed the day dry. That's not a positive analogy, is it? You might as well squeeze all the juice out of the lemon. Just gotta move the mic. Keeps slipping for some reason. Just gotta you just gotta like a day's an old wet rag. You gotta wring every last drop out of it. Because God knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Nobody knows. The plans of mice and men aft gang at eye, as they say. More commonly phrased as shit happens. You just don't know. You can have the greatest intentions in the world. I was just leaning over to cut the cake. I didn't know I was going to trip and stab her. That's an extreme example, but I think you get what I'm talking about. Now, that's a bizarre thing. The local council took down the what do you call it when there's something where you climb up the kids climb up one side and they hold on to something and they shoot down a line. I can't even think what it's called. What is it called? I want to say a rope swing. It's not a rope swing. Rope slide. Death slide. It's not death slide. You know what I mean. Anyway, the council took it down before winter. It was perfectly okay. And now they've put it back up. Is that necessary? Probably. Probably, considering there's more that we don't know than what we do. Also, there's also this giant slide, and they took that away as well. Which is a shame, because that would have been good in the snow. Always looking for ways that we can enjoy things. on, kids. Yeah, like the kids do. Like the kids throw themselves into things. You ever watched a kid play with cars or little cuddly toys or whatever they've got? It'd just be a stick, you know. It's enough. It's enough to have a stick. A stick will make a kid happy. Doesn't need to be given the world. Doesn't need to be given the world at all. A stick is enough. You understand? Merry Christmas, kid. Here's a stick. Oh, wow. No, seriously. I'm not saying you should give your kid a stick for Christmas. What I'm saying is that it's the giving that matters, not really the gift. That being said, getting the right gift also means a lot. It shows your interest, shows you care. Yeah. You know, I never liked that. Okay, tell me what to buy you for Christmas. I never liked that. I always thought that there should be some element of mystery, magic, and surprise. There. Surprise! In a good way. I've always thought that should be there. Too many people they just reduce everything to functions, don't they? To function. What a terrible word to use for an event. A function. You know, the button has a function, right? I guess a person doing a job has a function as well, but wrong terms. Seems like the whole town has gone to sleep with the secrets that they all keep. Oh yeah. So do you throw yourself into what you do? Do you immerse yourself? Do you dive in? Do you give all that you can give? Does it matter to you? I think you can see when people don't give all. Do you know what I'm talking about? When they, wow, that must be a really old house. It was just this house that's got this part that I haven't seen before. It looks really old there. It's kind of fascinating. The things we don't notice. You can walk down the same street 100 times, and if you're carefully observant, you'll always see something different. Mind will always find something else to focus on. Big houses look so empty. You know, big empty house always looks like a haunted house. They've got got everyone well trained around here, haven't they? Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy and wise. Or a woman, I suppose. At least that's what they say. Dream in the night. Work hard in the day. There's a certain point on this hill You can see all the aircraft in the base over there. Everything shining under giant bright spotlights. And a lighthouse, glowing pink and red and orange and yellow and green, because because why not, right? Why not have it like that? What was I talking about with kids? With the way that kids throw themselves into activities, not having yet learned the rules of adulthood. Limitations must be placed on everything, really. On your dreams. Imagine that. Imagine limiting the dreams of children. No, but seriously. People do. People do. Oh. Not just the dreams of children either. My dreams were crushed, so yours must be too. Of course, we don't tell people we're crushing their dreams. We tell them that we're being realistic. Yes, don't dream of angels and chasing dragons. Your stick is not a sword. It is but a broken branch and flaking bark. But no, a stick is as good as a dream. It's a wand for casting magical spells. Oh yeah. They've got everyone well trained. Mom's got her activities. Dad's got his activities. Kids have got their activities. It's so standard. What could be worse than standards? I don't mean that in a bad sense. I mean, I'm a call for good standards and raising the standard and whatnot. But I have the feeling a lot of the time that everything is designed just to be average. Not to push things too far. Not to take it to the limit or the edge. Unless there's some irrelevant reason. You can, unless there's some wild cause, it seems to me that there is the accepted and little more a lot of the time. That would be a great name for a punk band. The Accepted. Ladies and gentlemen from Los Angeles, Hollywood, The Accepted. No, it wouldn't go like that, would it? How would it go? Ladies and gentlemen, you wanted the best, but they couldn't make it. So we give you the Accepted. That would be it. I could do those announcements. I could be. OTT. Over the top. You ever think that some spaces are not well utilized? I'm just thinking about all the empty buildings that I just walked past. There's got to be some use for all of them, right? Darn it, all these churches around here with notes posted on the door. Closed until 2025 or until the second coming, perhaps. I don't know what they're waiting for. I mean, really, you could preach on the lawns or in gardens. You don't have to preach inside a church. Going to church is not about being comfortable. In case you didn't work that one out. It's about a higher purpose. It's about a higher purpose. I'll tell you a little story about today, right? So there are these marks that I've noticed on the ceiling in the flat, and that's an odd story as well because they weren't there, and then they were there, and then they got worse, and they seemed to get better, and then I didn't look at them for a while, and then I tried to send an email to the estate agents, and it didn't go to the estate agents, and then I ended up trying to send it 4 times, and it didn't go any time, and then suddenly, in the middle of the next day, it said message sent. And I think the estate agent got like 4 emails at the same time, the same email 4 times. Dear. I must have looked like a complete pillock. Oh dear. Never mind. Anyway, the neighbour comes. Anyway, no. The neighbour came round because I went to the neighbours first. Get it right. And I said, I think something's leaking somewhere. Go and have a look. The neighbour came and we had a chat. It was very nice. She wouldn't stop talking. Everybody gets stuck inside for periods of time, and then they get let out. And a very nice person anyway. So we're talking about problems with flats, and she was saying that they can't sleep. Like, what do you mean you can't sleep? You got a beautiful flat out there, you're on the top floor. He says, yeah, but it's a flat roof up there at the back. And in case you don't know, flat roofs are always problems. I've never met anyone in my life who has a flat roof and things have been okay with it. They've always had a leak or had to rebuild it or reconstruct it or something like that. So, anyway, she says, it's the birds. They make so much noise, especially at about 3 o'clock in the morning. They're out in the sea and they catch a fish or a crab or something. They bring it back and they're eating it and they're fighting with each other and we just can't sleep. And it's crazy because it seems only to affect their flat. Like, my flat is under that and I can't hear anything. And then she's like, oh, the dog's at the back as well. I'm like, yep, I can hear the dogs. They got the dogs and the birds. My God. And it's just like all the differences. It's just one flat. It's just like the flat above the flat that I'm in. And they have all these, now they got leak as well. They got all these problems. Probably not the only problems they got, but everyone's got problems, right? Tell me about it. Everyone's got problems. So it's crazy. It's like, sometimes we hardly get any sleep at all. as well. You know, I'd always thought that they got the jewel of the. Oh, look, another empty bus. It's just bizarre. It's just bizarre. That cannot be economical. Driving empty buses around all day. Oh, this is one person sitting on the bus wearing a face mask. Yeah, follow the rules. Do what you have to do. Do what you have to do to survive. Goodbye. I get it. I get it. I get it. It is absurd, though. It is completely absurd. Well, somebody has to say it. You know, when you begin to normalize the abnormal, things get pear-shaped very quickly. That's for sure. Anyway, the trials and tribulations of people. Eh? You're thinking, oh, they've got the tip-top place, the great position, but no, they haven't. They got their issues as much as anybody has. Sometimes wonder about those people that you see on TV and in the entertainment industry. They're all unhappy people. All of them. Is that an exaggeration? You know, when I say all, I mean most. Okay, I just hate having to qualify everything. It's just you don't get anywhere if you spend all your time qualifying your statements. So yeah, they're all struggling because we've all got our issues. Every smiling, happy-faced dancer or exercise instructor, they're all struggling. Everybody's got their issues, their problems, their fears, their demons, the stuff that they want to talk about but they can't. Everybody's got it. So no one escapes. No one escapes. And still the best way to get through, the best way to get by, I think anyway, is to just to give your all to wow, there's this rain has dropped off the leaves or something, and it's left a heart-shaped print on the ground. I would take a photo actually if I wasn't talking to myself. Right. Interesting shapes and shadows at this time of night. And still, everything is still in stark contrast to the last few weeks, where the storm was the norm. But there's not really a choice. A choice you might as well put it all in. Yeah. You might as well just make that bet that this is it, right? Because it might be. Might be the last chance you get. First chance might be the last chance, might be the only chance. You have to give your all for real. Not some disingenuous fake all, but give your heart. Give it all. Put it all on the line. Put yourself, not enough people do that there. They're living in hedging. The crazy thing is that hedging will get you by too. There's a million ways to be cool. And so we are back where we began. Another walk with no plan. Thank you very much for taking time with myself and the Wolfman. For some of us, the wolf and the man is all one. Have a good one, guys.